Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Today, I want to bring up a subject that I discussed before in a few videos back, and I want to make a correction on it. The video was entitled, It's Me Being Me Again. Military retirements have changed. And they have changed, but I was wrong in my assessment of them before. I've since done some research and found out more about it. There are currently three non disability retirements from active duty. The first one is the final pay plan, which is just the basic 2.5% time the years of active service. So at 20 years, you'll get approximately 50%, or actually 50% of your base pay. And for every year that you serve after that, you'll get another 2.5%. So it's 2.5% times the years of your active service. And it's called the high average plan. So what the high average plan does is it averages your retirement out. And I'll get into that later. And then option C, or option 3, is the Military Retirement Reform Act of 1986. And in short, it's just called REDUX. REDUX, REDUX. So these are the three plans that you can currently retire under in the military. In the military retirement structure, if you look at the total number of people that are recruited and come into the military and achieve veteran status, only 17% of those people actually stay in long enough to retire, do 20 years of service. So, discussion on this. I'm going to explain these three pay plans a little bit. These three retirement plans a little bit more. The first one, as I said, it's pretty plain and simple. It's just 2.5% times total years of active military service, and that's easy to compute because, as I said, at 20 years you'll receive 50% of your base pay. So the second one being the high 36 plan. Now the high 36 plan is an average of the highest amount of pay you received, average of your 36 months of base pay divided by 36. And if that's confusing, it's basically they average out the last 36 months of your career, or the highest pay if unfortunately you received a reduction in pay or reduction in rank in one of your last few years, but was able to stay in and retire. And that's very rare, mind you. But what that does is that averages out 3 years. And the reason why they divide it by 36 is because they take that average, and that's 1 month average, and then that's how much you get paid each month. The REDUX, the Military Retirement Reform Act of 1986, is for service members who entered into service after August 1st, 1986, and those who are in that category can choose the high 36, or choose to take a $30,000 lump sum. Now listen to this. Take a $30,000 lump sum payout at retirement, which means you get no retirement income after that until you reach the age of 62. Yeah, 24 years. And then at the age of 62, the pay would be you would enter back into retirement pay, right? You could start receiving regular monthly retirement checks again. But then at this point, what they do is they'll compute whatever the high 36 would be for when you retired, and then add the COLA adjustments minus 1%. So you wouldn't get the full COLA adjustment. You would get whatever the COLA adjustments were minus 1%, and going forward, you would get whatever the COLA adjustments are per year going forward. You would continue to get minus 1% of that. So if the COLA was let's say 2.5%, you would get 1.5, or if it was 3.5%, you would get 2.5. And I hope I made that clear. But that's what it looks like now. So with that information, I'm curious, what would you do if you were at that point? If you had to choose one of these plans. Now, I'll give you another piece of information. So you can take the lump sum payout at the 20-year retirement point, which is $30,000, but adjusted for taxes. And you can choose to either take the cash full out, or you can invest that into TSP. So that's something to think about. If you're out there and you're young, if you're listening to this, and you're thinking about doing a military career, or if you're in the military and you're trying to figure out whether you want to stay or not, and try to figure out what the retirement comes out to, so you can make that hard choice. Because believe me, I understand. I had to make that hard choice myself a few times throughout my career, whether or not I was going to get out at different points, or if I was going to continue on and do a career. It's not an easy choice, because I was offered some pretty good positions to get out from a couple of different companies as I served my time. And I made my decisions based on my needs, raising my family, and looking forward to what my life would be like. I did have some ideas, though I never had a full picture of what retirement was like, other than looking at the way my parents achieved theirs. And it was a totally different path for them, because my father got out of the Army after World War II, and so he ended up retiring as a civilian. But he was smart and he did well, him and my mom. So that's just it's a tool for you, something that I thought maybe you might want to know about. Hopefully this information was good for you, or something that you could use in making your decisions going forward. And if not, maybe you can just chalk it up to information, because we can all use more information. All right, I want to wind this up by saying to you to remember, while you're out and about in your communities, if you run across someone that needs your help, and you can help them without putting yourself into any type of danger, please help. Help them however you can. Thanks for watching. I know time is valuable, and it's a valuable resource, and you don't want to waste it. So if you have time, please like and subscribe and share with someone else. Bye.
We don't drive it that much now. Just put new tires on it. Just had the air conditioning fixed a couple years ago.
Perhaps the Shirley's theme
Down in California,
talking to the artist who
the
carried
AC,
the
it
torch
won't be so as hard on the AC as it is.
I'm Jacqueline Scott.
I'm Pastor Curtis Brown.